Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Gibson changing up some more leadership. So, Gibson appoints Elizabeth Beth Heated as Chief Marketing Officer of the brand's senior leadership shakeup continues. Heated has spent the past 7 years at the Nashville-based guitar brand, and her appointment was met with approval from Solis, Jared James Nicholas, and Axel Leifson. Gibson continued its executive level leadership refresher by appointing Elizabeth as Chief Marketing Officer. The move comes hot on the heels of the news that J.C. Curley has stepped down as CEO, with Caesar assuming the hot seat of Nashville Guitar Brand's president and interim CEO. With 7 years service behind her, starting out in the brand's entertainment relationship department before promoting to vice president of cultural influence in 2021. She is now joining Gibson's worldwide leadership executive team. Credits heeded to playing an integral role in the brand's success over the past 5 years. She has been a thought partner, leader, and key player in shaping and implementing our global strategy. She has led our cultural influence team of artist relations and multimedia divisions and emerged as a critical voice in how we engage with fans around the world and deliver the Gibson experience. So she's more worldwide as opposed to exclusively US. As the Chief Marketing Officer, she will now lead all of our marketing innovations globally, including all aspects of cultural influence. We all look forward to working with Beth to continue to shape the sound of music. She has has an extensive brief. Her inbox will be filled with items pertaining to leadership of Gibson Brand's marketing team, public relations, managing social media partnerships and multimedia strategies, and entertainment and arts relations. Later, particularly vital in selling the brand across different generations of players. What this means for Gibson's acoustic and electric guitars is unclear, but it would be safe to assume that artist collections will continue to expand with more signature guitars in the wings. Gibson's charitable arm, the Gibson Gifts Foundation, will also come under her purview. Henderson sits on the advisory council of Gibson, gives the musician and actor welcomed in news describing her as the secret sauce behind the brand's successful artist partnership some artists could depend on. Could not be more thrilled with the news of her stepping into the role of CMO, she said. I have always loved Gibson guitars and was happy to develop a relationship with the brand starting in 2019, but I quickly learned that Beth is indeed the secret sauce behind the scenes, making every artist she comes into contact with feel seen, heard, valued, prioritized. She represents what is truly possible when power and influence is met with compassion and curiosity. So she is going and physically meeting with artists and trying to get a deal with them, to get their name on a signature model. Jared James Nicholas, a Gibson brand ambassador, described her as a leader, a role model, and personally a huge inspiration. While Axel Leifson of Rush extended his congratulations, Leifson will sit along Heated and Celeste on Gibson's advisory council. Anyone who has worked with her agrees that she is the perfect gig. In the years I've come to know her, she has been extremely helpful, professional, down to earth. She is caring, empathetic, soul wholesome. Generosity of spirit is a highlight of her character. She said it was a privilege to take the role. She said Gibson has the opportunity to shape music culture and empower artists at all stages of their career. Well, I hope that means we get some cheaper model Gibsons. If that's the case, something around that $500 mark would be nice. Maybe a better version of the old Firebird Zero. It's our mission to connect and better lives through music, to enable and empower all levels of creators with our instruments, products, programs, and philanthropy. It is an honor to be part of shaping the future of music culture in Gibson and for fans worldwide. Other Gibson-related news, 5 Watt World recently put together a fantastic documentary that explored the history of the sound of the Greenie Les Paul Standard, once owned by the late Peter Green. Okay, so that's pretty much where the article is going to end. Being a woman in a world that is predominantly dominated by men, I have already seen a lot of hateful comments about, Gibson better not go LGBTQ plus IA, or Gibson better not go woke. And the things you're forgetting is she has been there for 7 years, past 7 years. And, Gibson seems to be pretty good at keeping their brand out of politics in general, minus the whole lawsuit thing with Dean and going after other brands. But that's not really political. That's more of a they think that they deserve copyright type thing. So I wouldn't say that that would be politics. That would be more, if it is politics, it's business politics. I mean, whether you agree with it or not, I think that's what it would be classified. But I think if she's been doing a good job getting artists, getting all these new signatures out, perfectly fine with her. I don't have any issue with her right now. You got basically you got to let her do a job. Let her, put up or shut up, I think is the expression, where let her show you what she can do, and then if she does a massive mess up, then hate on her. Don't hate out on her straight out the gate. That's all I'm saying is give this woman a chance, see what she can give us, see what guitars come out, see what new signature models, see what she does worldwide. Maybe we get some more Japanese artists. I have seen a couple of, Japanese exclusive artists where I would like their signatures to come to the U.S. A lot of it is exclusive to the Japanese market, but I think it would be cool if they brought some of those over here, being that they're different spec. So you may not know the Japanese artist, but at the same time, if it's a funkily spec'd guitar, you might want to buy it just because the specs are interesting. Like such as the Grinny Les Paul, where it's like a $400-500 premium on a '50s faded guitar because it has different pickups in it essentially, and that's really the only difference. Well, that and the knobs and the finish a little bit better top. So there's subtle differences, subtle cosmetic differences, and obviously the pickups are extremely different as well. But I want to see what she does. They're changing leadership. I'm sure I'm going to be doing more videos like this in the future where I'm talking about leadership changing again. So I'm going to wait and see what she does. As I said, put up or shut up. So if she does a good job, she will get praise. If she does a bad job, I'm sure she will get shit on more than she already currently is. But don't be one of those people that just immediately shit on her because they think, oh, this is a woman, she's going to make Gibson go woke, because I do not foresee that happening. But yet again, who knows? We'll sit back and see what happens. I know all of you love Bud Light so much. So much. The reaction to that was interesting. I'll just leave it at that. But let's wait and see what happens. That's all I'm saying. Until then, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and comment down below what you want to see for future guitar and music-related videos. If you weren't aware, I just kind of to end this out, I did sell that Gibson LG0, and I slightly regret it, but at the same time I don't, because I did make a little bit of money on it. Not a huge amount, because it was in pretty rough shape, but I wasn't going to be able to. I don't. For me, it wasn't worth it to pay to fix it. That's what it all comes down to. Is I would have liked to play the guitar and seen it in playing shape, but I sold it to a guy who he knows what he's doing. So he is very familiar with Gibson brands. He has a Luther that gives him a deal. Unfortunately, I don't know a Luther personally. I know like one, and he never got back to me. So he's very busy. I can understand that. So when basically when you're good at your job, you get a lot of work. That's how that works down to. And I probably wouldn't have seen it fixed for like 5 or 6 months. So it was kind of like, either sit on it, try to fix it yourself, and possibly mess it up, like I'm currently attempting to fix the guitar neck if you're watching my shorts, or sell it to the next person where it'll go to a decent person, it'll go to a decent Luther, it'll get fixed up, and at least someone will be able to play it in the future, even if I can't. So that's where I was at with the guitar. I didn't want to sell it, but it was one of those things where it was just unfortunately in too rough shape, and money-wise, it just didn't make sense. It's something where I could by selling it, I can buy a halfway decent acoustic. I can't buy a Gibson with the money that I sold it for, I can tell you that much. But maybe I'll save up a little bit and find a decent acoustic, because I do want an acoustic. I have a couple, but they're mid-range, old or junky, or one's sentimental, but it's handmade, so it's not like branded or nothing. Not that I'm ever going to sell it, but Maybe a Martin or a Taylor is kind of what I'm looking at. I don't know if I want to buy a Gibson acoustic. That might be the only Gibson acoustic I ever buy unless I find a good deal on it. But if you were curious about me making more videos about the LG Zero, it's just going to be that one. It's just going to be that one. I didn't have that guitar for very long, and I'm thinking I did the right thing. But at the same time, I think this is one of the one of those times where like I slightly regret selling it, but at the same time I understand, financially, it didn't make sense for me to put all that money into it. Um, because who knows if I'm actually going to play it. I might put all this money into it, it gets fixed up, and then it just sits around because I'm more of an electric player. But I don't want to drag this out anymore. I've already hit my 10-minute mark. So there you go. Have a good one.